we're gonna go posterior chain workout 3. So the first thing we're gonna do is start with Bambooda. Now there's some of these are gonna, if you progress from the intermediate and you go into the advanced, some of these are going to be repeated in when you get to workout 5. Your Bambooda, you're gonna hold it so that your hands are open, thumbs pointing out, elbows glued to the side, depress the shoulder blades, holding the band. You're gonna pull the band apart, working on squeezing the shoulder blades together. Try to feel it in between the shoulder blades, not in the neck. My shoulders are tight, and so I'll start to feel it a little bit through the outer part of the shoulder. That's normal as long as the shoulders aren't creeping up and you're feeling it just in your traps. Really work on depressing the shoulder blades together. You're going to alternate with anchoring your band again for a row, but this time we're going to do a one-arm row. So you're going to be a little bit further away, hinge at about 45 degrees. Work on keeping that space just like we did in the Bambooda, a little space between the ear and the shoulder. Depress that shoulder blade and then do your row. You can adjust. The nice thing about these band exercises is you can adjust, get closer or further. On this one too, you can just work on an isometric. So if you feel like it serves you better and you feel the muscles around the shoulder blade working better by just posturing up and holding the isometric, that's okay too. Hold it for about a 15-second count and then you can release. Okay, so same thing on the other side. Whatever arm's working, make sure the opposite leg's in front and you'll feel more balanced. Again, we're just trying to strengthen all the muscles surrounding the shoulder girdle, around the scapula. After that, we're going to do a combo. So you've already learned how to do a hamstring curl. We're going to do a combo where you're going to start off with your hamstring curl. After you get 15 hamstring curls, keep your knees bent and then add 15 reps of the hip bridge. When you move on to the advanced, then we'll add one more to that sequence. Next, we're going to work the stability of the knee with a step up. So starting with one foot up on a bench, make sure your whole heel is up on the bench. You want about a 90-degree bend. If this is too hard, you might need to go back and work on some of your leg exercises in the beginner workout, but you should feel like you can maintain stability here. You can also go to a lower bench if you need to. You don't necessarily need to go higher than this to make it harder though. We need to add other intensity in other places. So 90 degrees, drive through the heels. You're gonna have a little bit of a lean forward, but you don't want your knee going way forward past your toes. Extend your leg all the way up. This is a soft bench. Sometimes it feels better on a harder surface if you have a box. Nice control on the way up and the way down. Take your time on this one. This one's really going to pay off in strengthening the legs for hiking. So make sure if I was doing this normally, this surface would bother me. I would have to do it on a harder surface. So make sure you find a surface that's appropriate for you. Also notice the knee, one side might be a little bit less stable. I know my left knee tends to move a little bit more, so I have to focus a little bit more on my stability on this one. But if you catch your knee going really far either direction, then go to a lower surface. Okay, from there, we're going to do a kettlebell swing. This is something we also do in the advanced one. In the intermediate workout, you're just going to start off lower, or with a lighter weight. So air on the side of lighter. We're working on really learning how to tie in the glutes and the hamstrings on this one, driving through the hips. So feet are going to be a little bit wider than hip width distance apart. Similar to like a chair pose, how your hips go back and you sit through your hamstrings and your glutes. Similar feel, but your feet are wider than your hips and your toes are turned down a little bit so that as you descend, you have space for your hips to go back. So you're going to start holding onto your kettlebell, descend the hips back, and then drive through the hips and pop them up. You only need the kettlebell to go about chest high. You don't necessarily have to worry about it going, in fact, I don't even want it going past chest high. You can come to your belly. The important part is not an arm movement. This is not to work your arms. This is to work your glutes so you can drive up those hills. So make sure the hinge and the pop is what you're focusing on. It's not a squat. It's not this. Okay? It should feel from here, pop forward. Hinge, pop. Okay? One last time. This is a really important important one, so try to get it right. If you're not sure, ask us in the Facebook group, send us a video. We'll be happy to help you with this one. Okay, so that's gonna take you through your posterior chain workout. 3 should feel some good engagement in this region here. If you're not feeling it here and here at the end of this workout, you either need to ask for help or modify things a little bit. Go back to one of the previous workouts.